Good morning, this is Tom, Negotiating with Jesus. I'm going to do a quick overview of what you should do in order to get to average, and then where you go to become pretty good. So I'm an average player. I'm leveling up. All month long, I'm doing the Daniel Seriff triad exercise. A partial C chord, which is moved up a D chord. So the first thing you do, say you stumble onto this channel, and it's the worst channel on the internet for teaching guitar. This is it. This is the worst channel. So go right to Daniel Seriff, in the link in the description. Go right there. Don't listen to me talk. But if you stumbled on here and you want to know what to do, what's the first thing you do? You buy a Mel Bay guitar lesson book and you learn Twinkle Twinkle Little Star. And the first thing you do is you start understanding that notes make up songs, and then you start figuring out that there are keys. So like if you're playing a video game, the first thing you do is you go into this room and you're looking for a key. And you're going to level to the next level. You start as just some character looking for a key. The key of C is the key to learn no sharps and flats. Now you could do it with a rhythm, because that is the second thing you need to know. So you have to learn that songs have notes and rhythm, and the notes matter. It matters. If you can't play Twinkle Twinkle Little Star, it's a little frustrating and you might give up. So I'm going to go to Daniel Seriff's lesson for triads. The second thing you learn is chords. He starts showing you chords. Mel Bay. You learn a few chords. C for sure, A minor for sure, D for sure, G for sure, and they want you to learn it like this. And you find out if you go for a little while, you don't play it like that, you play it like this. You add different notes and you take away the B. Nobody cares about the B. So it doesn't become, instead of a triad, it becomes a dyad or something like that. You start learning things. So chord shapes matter. You learn that chord shapes can move. There's an E. If you take this finger along and make it, this finger along and make it be the nut, the same thing works all over. This is the magic of the guitar, movable chords. So you start learning that chords move. You start learning that shapes in the triad world, shapes matter. You might have heard the cage system. That's what I've been focusing on for a year or two. And 2 years is enough time. It takes that long. And that's the secret every tutorial isn't telling you, is that the guys who do the tutorial have done exercises for years. They've done scales, pentatonic scales. They'll tell you, think outside the box. Don't get stuck in this box. They won't tell you that they've done this exercise until it became part of them. They've done it for years. That being in this box matters. Okay, so all these things matter. Let's get to Daniel Seriff's triad exercise. Key of C only. I've been working on this all month. A couple magical things happened to me that I thought changed the game, and one is the idea of understanding the key. So it's the key, the scale is the C scale, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. That's the do, re, mi song. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. It's, so every scale, major scale, uses that song. If you memorize that song, you can play a scale anywhere. You want to play the G scale? Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. And if you want to play D scale, do, do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. That works everywhere. And all of a sudden, when you play D and you play that scale, they go together. It's magical. It's what we feel. And that's where the half step on the 7th and 8th, and the 4th and 5th. 3rd and 4th. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Octave. The other thing that was magical for me, Joy to the World, another song that uses the scale. You can play it anywhere and you'll play the scale properly. If you're in the key of C, joy to the world, the Lord has come. Joy to the world, the Lord, whoops. Joy to the world, the Lord has come. Now you're in the key of G. What about A? Joy to the world, the Lord has come. So there's something that teaches you the major scale using a song, which is easy to memorize. You can start getting what it actually is. Triads. Let's do this exercise. This is what I'm doing all month. And it is actually leveling me up. A D is a C. So the cage system, C, A shape, G shape, E shape, D shape. All the C chord using 5 different shapes in 5 different positions. It's important. Triads. 1st, 3rd, and 5th. There's the 3rd. 1, 2, 3. Do, re, mi. That is the 3rd and the 5th. 1, 3, and 5 make a triad. That is a C chord. A shape playing a C chord. The C can be found there, can be found here with the E shape, the D shape, which is the C shape. Next thing you learn is 1 is major, 2 is minor, 3 is minor. So all this music theory is starting to fall in place. The triad exercise does that. Major, minor, minor, major, major, minor, diminished, and octave. Back to the major. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 8 is 1 again. 1, minor, 2, and this minor shape, a D minor shape, because the C actually is a D major moved down. Minor, minor. Now we're following this 2nd string, C, D, E, F is major. It's a D shape moved into this position is an F chord. G major, A minor. The A is here. Minor, we're using that D minor shape in this position, this root note, A minor, then B diminished. It's not a minor shape because the diminished chord, you don't just flatten the 3rd, You also flatten the 5th. The reason this matters is because this is a sharp. In the C scale, we don't have sharps. You've got to flatten that. And back to the C. And you learn to play it backwards as well. You learn this with Daniel Seriff here. An A shape and an A minor shape. It's just playing the bottom 3 strings, so you don't have to worry about this guy. A minor then looks like this. And a major looks like this. Whoops. Now for me, getting this, I have to remember what shape I'm using, do it over and over until it becomes part of me. C, D, E, that minor shape moving up, F, G, A minor. This is the scale we're using now. C, D, do, re, mi. Oops, do, re, mi, fa, so. Now on an acoustic, you don't play up this high. It just gets very awkward. So at the halfway point, this is octave, you can jump back to the beginning. That's the whole point of understanding what an octave is and how everything played from here up is exactly the same starting from here. So a C would look just the same here, except for you don't have a nut that stops the string, so you end up having to bar. It gets very complicated and very difficult here to grab the strings. Okay, so we were at A minor. Then diminished. This diminished shape down here, awkward, a little stretchy. Don't like it much. Back to the C. Going backwards, C. Oops. Okay, so I'm still practicing it. I am making the worst videos on the internet. So get used to me making mistakes. Okay, last one. The E shape, the E minor shape. You flatten the 3rd. So the shape looks like this, and then like this. C major, D minor, E minor, F major. Getting too high, let's drop down to the octave. F, G, A minor, B diminished. Easy to hold. It's the reverse of the D major. It's that D7 maybe. There it is. Minor, right? Minor. Major. Minor. Minor. Major. That's it. That's for today. I am actually leveling up. I'm practicing this every day. If you want to level up, you simply must commit to practice. Starting with Twinkle Twinkle Little Star, starting with then moving to chord shapes, memorizing shapes, learning rhythm. Super critical to understand what rhythm is. And then you start getting to what the triad shapes are, what the scale, what it means. Let's practice every day. That's the key. Practice every day. Find something to practice. Keep going. Don't give up.